to see people doing something purely altruistically with just these huge open hearts and genuinely wanting to help people, that's what I saw. Watching this school, I mean, it was pretty much always looked the same, always was the same place until it fell into ruin. I mean, until the city school system decided to abandon this location.
I talked to some of the neighbors that I was beginning to meet, and they were just beside themselves that the school board had closed the school. They really felt it was a real community need. We formed a kind of council and tried to work with the city. Finally, we worked it around to actually getting up enough nerve to decide to buy the building.
When Heidi got involved with this building, this was at probably one of the lower points of the West Side.
The community of the West Side was really disconnected with the power structure and the systems in place that make the decisions that make change.
We heard about a grant from the state, from Parks and Recreation, a grant to establish new parks and recreational facilities in inner cities. So we applied for the grant, and boy, oh boy, did we luck out, we got the grant.
California State Parks funded us for not only the renovation of the north building and the building of the park, but for acquisition. It was on the front page of the paper. I think people really were shocked. In 2011, we got the keys to the building and stuff just started to change. First thing we did was fix the kitchen, then we fixed a bathroom.
We just had a fresh coat of paint on the building, and it's no longer an eyesore. It is a landmark now.
In 2012, we did a playground building project, and I think that's when I realized we really had it here. The end of the park build day, we sat down and looked at the park. We don't have to do this alone. 224 people showed up with their own tools, with their own families, and they did this work because they believe in it. We took a little focus room by room and asked, consistently bringing the community in, what do we need next?
One of the first things we did when we owned the building, we applied to be a polling place. That's part of neighborhood, that's part of community, is a place to vote.
There was food insecurity in the form of access to fresh fruits and vegetables.
Every Saturday, it's basically a no questions asked. We put together bags, they come, they can get whatever fresh fruit and fresh vegetables we have.
That's just what Jefferson does. That's one of the simple, week in, week out, Thanksgiving and Christmas weeks included, this neighborhood has access to free fresh produce.
Our efforts should involve art, and to that degree we have. We have murals all over the playground areas.
I was very excited to jump on the opportunity to help beautify it. If you're driving by a rundown building every day, it doesn't make you feel great, but if you add some color to it, brightens your day, it puts you in a better mood, it's inspiring, makes you think about what you can do to make your spaces or situations better.
We are also a family resource center. A family resource center actually helps families in need with numerous different things, from helping them find resources throughout the community, diapers if they have small children and need diapers.
We have a clothing closet here for babies' clothes or for work clothes for people who want to go interview.
The leadership of Jefferson builds relationships at every turn. So, I mean, presently I'm sitting in a room that had donations from local service clubs, from book vendors, from a floor guy and a painter who came in and refurbished this beautiful room to be a reading room for children.
People approach us and say, I want to do this. For instance, one of the most successful programs here is English as a second language, and it's because of a woman who wanted to teach here. So this was a dream location for her.
You know, that constant reaching out, building relationships, going back to the community on a minimum an annual basis and saying, how are we doing? What do we need to do?
Do you have any other things that may concern you about our community center, the neighborhood, or our community at large?
I think what makes WCIA an effective organization is that it knows and believes in the power of community.
Because some really forward-thinking community members got together, they salvaged this and have actually turned it into a jewel.
It's really great to see. It makes me proud.
When the social responsibility to the citizens of your community is in the heart of the decision-making process, real change happens, and then it's supported by the people.